Okay, so I'm back. It's been a minute since.
I know, it's been a while since we've had coffee.
It has been a minute since
I've been
we've been
drinking
able
coffee
to.
by myself at my house. I don't
So
know.
has everyone else.
But we're
Amanda, Shaw, thank you so much for coming by.
Cheers.
Cheers to
Good
you.
morning.
So you're here. Let's talk about why you're here first. You were on the front porch.
Yes.
But you're going to be on the front porch May 4th.
That's right. May
Tuesday.
the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you. May 4th, Tuesday,
Right.
is Give Nola Day.
That's right. And you've been such an amazing supporter of the Amanda Shaw Foundation since day one.
It's been fun.
Oh, well, and I appreciate it. So we thought, what a great way to come back, in 2021 than with music.
With a live show.
A live show. And so we just thought we would pair it up, raising money for scholarships for kids, orchestrating dreams is the fund.
Mm-hmm.
We've even in 2020, we still were able to give away tuition to a young singing student. So that was amazing, even in 2020 when things were really rough, and the ability to be able to raise money was pretty small.
Raising money with live music wasn't
really possible.
Wasn't big.
But we still were able to give away a tuition to
awesome.
a young student. So yeah, we wanted to kick off our fundraising efforts again on May 4th, and we thought, this would be a great partnership because you've been such a great supporter since the first day.
And thank you much. That's very nice to say. Well, usually what we've done is you've been a guest barista.
Yes.
And that's always fun. But this time it's like, I think you're much more valuable with a fiddle in your hand on the front porch.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it.
This will be cool.
And Magazine Street is such a cool place to be already anyways. Who doesn't love to, have a hooky day and come stroll down Magazine Street and
grab
a cup of coffee and go hang out and, whatever. So, on your way to work on May 4th, come stop by Coast Rose. Me and Tim are going to be here on the front porch playing live music.
Live music on the front porch.
Real live music.
I've always wanted to do live music on this front porch. And
Real
I'm so glad.
instruments. It's not going to be a TV screen. It's going to be real instruments.
So cool.
While you get your coffee.
So cool.
And the way it's going to work is we're going to have a tip jar for the foundation. So if you want to donate
tip jar to the foundation, and then we're going to be doing a percentage of the sales.
Oh, yay. That's so awesome.
Percentage of the sales, tip jar, and then we'll have you'll have a GoFundMe or something to that effect?
We'll figure that out. I haven't quite got that far ahead.
We'll put the link. So that way people just put
right
their
online if you want to support it online.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So coffee with a cause, great coffee, caffeine, and you're helping first thing in the morning.
The Amanda Shaw Foundation.
That's right. Helping kids achieve their dreams.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
And so I want to talk to you too because. Well, it's just nice to see someone in person, I suppose. But also, 2020 with your live music, how you actually make a living. It's been a horrific.
Yeah,
thing
it's been a pretty crazy year, but honestly, this last year was still really awesome because I released a new album. Not that COVID was part of the plan, but you know what? At a certain point last year, we held off the release a little bit, and then, one day I was just talking to my publicist, and I was like, you know what? The music, the world needs good things right now, and I was like, this album, I knew when I recorded it that I was going to name it Joie, which is French for joy, back in 2019 when I recorded it, because these songs fill me with so much joy.
You're smiling on both sides. Is that intentional for you?
I guess. But so yeah, I felt like I was like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and put this out into the world because I felt like, so many music has gotten me through so many things in my life, which is I think one of the reasons why I became a musician is because, when you're a kid, you go listen in your room to your favorite CDs, your favorite albums. I had a tape player too, so I played my tapes, and that always got me through the hardest times, whether it was bullying or whatever. And so I just felt like this was such a hard year for so many people. I was like, I wanted to put music back out into the world because for me, that's one of the things that music means to me, and being a musician.
Joy, and I've told you this before off camera, and I really mean it. This is not just me, hosting a show and this is my favorite album that you've ever put out.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm enthralled with this album.
Thank
really
you so
is great.
much.
It's so much fun. It's got it's you and the fiddle, and it just feels so natural. It feels like that fiddle's just it's like your left arm or whatever. You know what I mean?
Thank
it's
you.
just so It's just so natural. It flows. It's fun. It's just it's a great listen.
Well,
Joy,
I'm glad that
Amanda Shaw.
I'm glad that you feel that way, because that was definitely a goal of ours. So the exciting part about this album is that it's my first ever traditional Cajun album. I know everybody's like, oh, what makes this album different, but this album truly is different from all of my other albums, because I write a lot of my songs. It's something that people ask me all the time, but yes, I write a lot of my songs, and this album is actually a fully traditional Cajun album. All these songs are Cajun classics. It's everything from Jolie Blonde to Bosco Stomp.
But you can feel that is a big part of your music.
Yeah, and it's what I grew up listening to, and where a lot of my music comes from.
It's so natural. It's so natural in you. This is when I think of, Amanda Shaw's, this is so just so ingrained.
Yay!
Does that make sense?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You also brought this around. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, so people have always asked me for t-shirts, and so anytime we've done t-shirts, it's always been like a collab or like these really like short, prints. But we actually have 2 styles that are going to be in my store from now on. They are like signature tees. So this design is the Don't Fret, Play Fiddle. Get it? Ba-da-boom. And so that we have that design, and then we have another design on the website, and it's an Amanda cartoon t-shirt.
Okay.
You have to go check it out. Those are really fun too. Yeah.
We'll put the link down below so they can check it out.
They're Bella, they're soft, and they're unisex cut, and it's a matte gray. So I like them. They really
they're
go
soft.
That was important to me. I don't know. I always hated like buying t-shirts that felt like cheap whenever so I feel like quality and like softness is like super important to me, so it's important to me that my fans get also good quality t-shirts.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so
I love it. So okay, and I'm so pumped to have you live here on this front porch.
I'm pumped too. It's gonna be super awesome.
I guess so, huh?
So I had my first live show back at a convention about 2 weeks ago at the convention center. I actually had a convention job.
Wow.
And I was so pumped for it. And can I tell you, the funniest thing about this is that, like, I opened up my violin a few days before, because violins are really temperamental. I don't know, a lot of people probably don't know that. They're like, it's a wood instrument.
So the dampness, like today,
exactly,
will mess with
it can affect it. And I fortunately, though, I've kept the same instruments for such a long time that I've kind of beat them into submission. And they generally listen to me, and I can travel with them, and I keep 2 of them with me at all times. So can I tell you, I kid you not, on this first performance back, it was a 30-minute show, and both of my violins broke in 30 minutes on stage, because that's how long apparently it's been. And my violins were straight up like, girl, we don't do this anymore. You do? And I was like, guys, we had this talk.
How do you keep them? So they don't store well? That's interesting. They break? I mean, is it the dampness?
If you don't use them as much, and I went from, even though I've done.
Is it like the tensile strength?
And I wasn't like playing a live show. You're playing with a different. I don't know. I don't want to say strength, but you are playing with a different action than you are, like, say, practicing at home. You're probably a lot more lighter on it, but when you're in a live show and you're everything's happening, and and so then you're playing a lot harder, and like you're moving around. You've got whatever the elements are that you're in, that you're out there and everything. So so even if you're practicing at home, it's going to be very different than the environment when you play like a live show.
Okay, this is the kind of thing I could geek out on. So we've lost the viewers because now I'm enthralled with this. But that's super.
But my first live show, like one of them, the strings legitimately unraveled. Like the string unraveled in front of me, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me, guy. I was like, get it together. And the other one, like the peg popped out. It was just like, it was like a slow death on stage. I was like, I can't believe this, guys.
This is it's like a new world of like, how do you mothball a violin, essentially?
I'm going to have a strong talk with those 2 when I'm writing back home. Strong talk.
Okay, well, bring extra violins when you come play Tuesday, May 4th.
No, we're going to be all great. I'm headed to the music store after this.
Yeah. Amanda, thank you so much for coming by.
Yeah, of course. Cheers.
We'll see you Tuesday, May 4th. You'll see us here. It'll be great.
That's awesome. Yeah, see you guys then.
See you there.